Welcome back to Transform and Roll Out, Season 3, Eons, Episode 29, Part 1. First things first, this will be a continuation of Episode 28, following Domina, Smolder, and Stormburst. The rest of you guys, hang tight. So players, here's the plan. You're going to give us a short description of what they look like and what is going on in their brain module, and we'll get started. Celeste.
Yes, hello, my name is Celeste, and I play as Domina, the former Domina. Currently, Domina's form is that if there was a little bit of mistake in her transformation. She kind of looks like a giant white smolder at the moment. And currently, she's panicking because something's headed their way, and hopefully they survive this.
Excellent, and you have no TBD watch. Next up, Kilobyte.
Hi, I'm Kilobyte. I play Stormburst. And he's an orange bond with gray limbs. He has an eye patch. He has scars. And last time when we played, he learned that somebody put all of this into motion, and he was pretty angry. And then a bunch of Smolders attacked. So then we had to deal with that.
Fantastic, and you have one notch on your TBD watch, Lapis.
Hello, I'm Lapis, and I am playing Smolder, just a little 5-foot-tall red dragonfly with 4 arms, wings on his back, and a visor instead of optics. And last time he saw this big, huge swarm of little versions of him, and he's like, wow, I don't want to go back. Don't make me go back to Don't make me go back to Smolder World.
And they came to you.
And they came to me. And
you have 0 notches on your TBD watch. And finally, I'm Onyx, and I'll be your DM, your Primus, your God for this round. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, baby.
I'm ready.
Oh, I'm dying. Yes, I'm ready.
So, continuing on 1_A Origin World, picking up exactly where we last left off with a flight of dragonfly minicon insects flying into view and appear to be originating from a stable energy portal floating in the air. A rainbow of different colors, all of them on course for the Titans, all of them hungry. What is it you are doing to prepare while I believe you were inside Tempo looking out through his windows?
Yeah. Well, Domina had transformed into a giant version of Smolder, and then I had asked Smolder to talk to them and see if he could do something.
Yep, I am on my way out. I am scuttling out.
The giant window opens forward, allowing you to freely, if you wish all of you to leave. I know Smolder's on his way.
I purposely look back at both of you and tell you, you guys should probably stay here. You too, Domina. I know you kind of look like me right now, which is still horrific, but you should probably stay here, just in case. I'll be back.
Gee, thanks, Smolder.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be back. Stormburst, if I die, remember this is your fault.
What?
Oh,
Really?
And I fly away.
You start flying, and as you're flying, the Smolders start to come more into view, and one of the Smolders is wearing a crown and look a foot taller than the rest of them. So it's 7 feet compared to its army surrounding them, all 6 feet tall. This Smolder also appears to have more spikes and is the color green with bright glowing matching optics. They seem to be one giving out the orders to the other Smolders, except the 5 that are directly close behind him. Each a different colors, but their optics match the same very green as the one with the crown. This Smolder with the crown can be heard screaming to the other Smolders, "Finish off the weak one! Then we will dine on the rest of them!" And the flight of Smolders all respond in unison.
Long live Venus Prime! Leader Smolder World! First prime of his name and conduit of Liege Maximo!
A large pack of them breaks off and dive bomb Metro Titan, immediately chomping down and continuing to work at eating his hand as the Great Titan raises it to try to block them from attacking his face. Smolder, what's your response here?
For starters, that was a really good Smolder impression. I just want to let you know.
Thank you, I've been practicing! Mostly in the showers.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. All right. So Smolder is he is looking at this venomous prime, and he's kind of jealous because he's like, man, that could be me without leash, but like the venomous prime part minus leash. I scuttle on over to him with my little wings. I flap on over, and I'm just, hi. So yeah, you guys
really gotta stop eating the Titans.
Who are you?
Yeah, so I'm the best Smolder. I'm actually King
Not possible. I am
Smolder.
King Smolder,
No,
Venomous Prime, first of his name, conduit of Liege Maximal, and you are either with us or against us.
So I also had a Liege Maximal, right? And like he's separated from me now.
So now you are weaker, is what I'm understanding.
No, because I actually can like think for myself. I'm not a sheep.
Heretic!
Okay, well, so listen, man. I either gotta fight you to the death, or like you just gotta chill out. Can we
And
talk
the
this out?
other Smolders with the green matching optics slowly parse around him, starting to like create a wall in front of them as if they're like trying to size you up. And each of them pulling out a magical dagger that seems to come out of a green mist from nowhere.
Man, we had one of those, but it was like dead. Okay, well, no, it was a dart. That's what it was. I actually think I still have that. I think that's still in my pocket. Anyways, yeah, I like kind of look back at my homies inside of the Titan, and I give them like a little shrug, and then I look back to the Smolders in front of me.
Can we just like can we talk this out maybe? Because like killing the Titans is kind of a bad idea.
How much time do we have left?
Not a lot.
before
Probably
Leech makes a
between probably 5 minutes at this point.
portal? Whew, okay.
Roll a d20 plus intellect modifier, Smolder.
God, okay. I got an 11, but can I use an inspiration to reroll that?
You can. They also have to roll the same thing. They rolled a 3.
Oh, so I'm better. Okay, I guess I'll just...
You feel a
that
tickle at the back of your mind.
Uh-huh.
That is all. As if someone is trying to wiggle their way in.
Oh! Can I tell if it's like my liege or if it's this guy's liege?
It is not your liege. It definitely
Okay.
feels similar to mind control, though.
Oh, this little... Oh, how dare he use my own thing against me? Okay, I'm disgusted by this.
All right, but listen here, buddy. You are either going to talk this out with me like a good guy, or I'm going to rip that matrix out of your chest, and it's going to be mine.
My loyal
understand?
subjects, get him!
And the other 5 lieges, their eyes glow even greater. Let's roll again, Smolder.
Yeah, I'd like to... let me go ahead and do that.
One of
for
them
you.
got a 5.
I got a 9.
Okay, you feel that tickle again, but you are able to push past it. At this point, we're going to flip to Stormburst. Stormburst, go ahead and ask the thing you're going to ask Tempo.
Tempo, do you have any security in place that you can activate to help you protect you against the swarm?
I do. In fact, let me consult my brothers
Well,
on what to do next.
Tempo, we don't have much time. We have to return to the timeline where we came from. So I don't want to leave you here unprotected. So I don't think you should talk to them. Just activate it.
Don't be hasty.
Delina, what's going on in your mind?
Oh, Primus. Can Delina and Stormburst can see what's going on with Smolder, correct?
You can see out in the distance, you can't hear them, but you can see them like trying to consult the other Smolders. And you don't know that the other Smolder goes by Venomous Prime. You just can see them out in the distance.
Just visual. Okay.
Yep.
But can Delina see that they're surrounding Smolder now?
Oh yeah, they seem to be getting closer and agitated.
Okay.
Meanwhile, there's a huge swarm attacking Metro Titan.
Ooh, okay. Stormburst. They're attacking a Titan already, and I don't think Smolder is safe with them at the other Smolders, so we have to make a choice, either go assist Smolder or assist the other Titan at the moment. We just can't stay here. Oh, I forgot Delina has wings now. Hey, yeah, baby. Could Delina go over with Smolder?
You can start making your way there, yes.
Okay. Easy goes. Easy goes. She is not used to these type of wings, so you could see her. She's kind of trying to balance herself, and she heads over to her and Stormburst to Smolder.
Everyone, including Smolder, Stormburst, and Delina, roll me perceptions.
All right.
I got a 7.
Got a 3.
Nice.
Excellent. We're all doing great so far.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, watch me ruin it though.
I don't know how you can ruin this.
I don't think that's three.
You got a 6? Okay. As you were. I'm going to give you something, but not the important thing. I will leave that a mystery to be said. The portal the Smolders have come through, more of them are pouring in. Countless more. They keep pouring in. And more of the ones that are pouring in are heading directly towards Metro Titan, who appears to be struggling greatly as most of his hand is now devoured. It is just a stump.
God, that's my man. Oh, is it Smolder's turn? Are we
Yes,
back to
it's Smolder. Smolder, you can take your turn, and then I'm gonna let Delina catch up with you.
Okay.
There's no dirt in this planet, right?
No dirt. It's all
Okay.
metal at the moment.
Dude, I see Metro Titan and I look back at this venomous prime.
No, you can't hurt him. He's good. You can't leave him alone.
It's food. Roll me an intellect.
I'm gonna eat him.
I don't know. He might eat you first.
You can try. I got a 15.
Wow, just barely scutting through here. That's not the right word. Barely,
No, scuttling. Yeah, I would say
Scuttling, yeah,
bugs, right?
barely scuttling through. Yeah.
You know what? I want to tackle this guy.
You feel the pull and it's even greater, but you're just barely making it through. It seems 3 of them has used this ability on you, and there are 2 more to go.
They can try. I want to tackle Venomous Prime.
Okay, before you do that, Delina, you are now in the view.
Smolder. Delina makes her way, doing her best to like freeze it mid-air, not to bump into her Smolder, but I just hover behind him. Are you okay? Ugh. She takes a look at all the other Smolders.
And who are you?
Okay, you gotta say you're like Smolder Supreme or something. Come on.
I am Smolder Gigantimus,
I love that.
What?
and I'm hungry.
Clearly, this Smolder is the most powerful of them.
Okay, roll me a sneak, and you can have advantage since Lapis hyped you up as a wingman, pun intended.
I'm gonna do sneak. Oh.
Yeah, man. With advantage. You got this.
Ooh. Thank you, Smolder.
Yeah, man, no problem.
19.
Oh, baby, roll it again. Let's see.
15. Oh, we got
Okay,
19.
you saw a 19. Okay, they believe you are Smolder Gigantuous.
Are you with us or are you against us?
No, the question is, are you with me? And she just gives the guy a little
I am
glare.
the king,
You're
and it
tiny
would
for a
serve you
king.
right to obey me.
Oh, no.
The power of the primes flow through my circuits.
Well, clearly, this Smolder here also has the power of the primes.
Okay, Smolder and Delina, roll me a intellect save.
Meanwhile, I'm with Tempo, and I'm just pressing random buttons on a keyboard that I found just to see if something triggers.
I got an 8.
Do I have anything for intellect? Yes, I do.
I might need to
10.
I might use an
Okay.
inspiration. We're
This
gonna
first
find out.
roll is for Smolder. They got a
Okay,
17.
I'm using an inspiration.
Okay, let's see it.
Please, Smolder.
I got a 19.
Okay, you survive that one. And the second roll here is for Delina. Got a 6. So you both survive something tugging at the back of your mind. We're going to flip back to Stormburst, who is trying to press all these buttons on tempo. As you're pushing all these buttons, you can't help but look at the massacre event that's happening just outside. And you see the large portion of Smolders that broke away are really going at Metro Titan. And it is at this point where he slowly turns and looks over at you in Tempo and gives a even slower head tilt. Tempo nods back and his optics begin to glow brightly, followed by the other remaining Titans. Each of them begin to raise their arms out and palms facing upwards. Stormburst, roll me with Perception's advantage.
12.
12. You see far out in the distance on the surface of Cybertron a familiar portal created by the Sword of Vector Prime currently being wielded by Liege Maximo. You do not know how long it has been open down there on the surface, but whatever it means your time is up or will be over.
Okay, I will message Smolder and Delina and be like, The portal is open. We need to return. I think the Titans are about to activate their defenses, so they should be fine.
DM, this is a really important question.
Yeah.
So how far is that portal from me right now?
I'm going to say it's below you because you're out and away from the Titans. So
Okay.
I'll say it's below you on the surface. But
Can-
you all are in the air.
Yeah. Okay. Is it possible, and like if I have to use my last inspiration for this, I will. Can I tackle Venomous Prime and take him through the portal with me? Like just drop out of the air and take him through?
I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say it will be difficult because in front of them are the other Smolders creating a barrier. So you would have to get through not only those Smolders, but you then have to roll to tackle him.
Okay.
And then you have to count how much time that might take and if you can make it to the portal below. So I'm going to let it up to you. You can totally do whatever you want. I'm just giving you the information Smolder may calculate in his brain module.
Okay. Can I have Delina help me? Like if I ask her to tackle into like the Smolders that are blocking Venomous Prime, can I grab Venomous and then we both drop through the portal?
Yeah.
We'll say your odds will be the same because there's 5 of the Smolders.
Okay. If it's going to be the same, then I won't ask Delina. Okay. You know what? I want to do it. I want this man. He's coming with me.
Okay, so what I'm going to have you do, if you're just going to charge without anything else, roll me an athletics to get through the wall with disadvantage because there are going to be a wall of them, right?
Can I actually... These Smolders are a little bit bigger than me, aren't they?
The liege ones are the same size as you.
Okay.
It's only the king smaller because he has a matrix, he got the upgrade or whatever.
Dang, okay. Give me 1 second.
Unless...
Can I go ahead and use my religion bonus? Would that give any kind of advantage? It's the light dims around you, making it harder for others to see you.
You can certainly try.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and use my religion bonus. This is a roll 1d20. If 13 plus my charisma or higher, your opponents gain disadvantage. So let me go ahead and roll my 1d20. So I got an 11, so they don't have the disadvantage, but the thing still happens.
Okay.
So I got my lovely, lovely smoke barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'd like to go ahead and tackle. And you said to roll a d20 plus what?
Plus your athletics or strength. I'll let you choose one or the other.
Okay.
And since it's harder to see you, let's go ahead and roll flats for this first round. So no disadvantage here.
I'd like to go ahead and use my strength because it's better. I got a 15.
Okay. You're able to tuck and dodge through the wall. However, as you're doing this, the King Smolder does the same thing you just did with their religion bonus.
Oh, that's a little... Okay.
It's +2, you said, for your charisma?
Yes.
They got 21, so you have disadvantage, and it is harder to see them.
Okay.
So now roll with strength, disadvantage, or athletics, and then they're going to roll flat strength.
Okay. Are you kidding me? I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
To
They
reroll
got a
that.
23.
Oh, I got an 8.
With that 8, you're not quite fast enough to get to them. You can't even see them. You don't know if they can see you, but you can't see them. They seem to have disappeared in the mist. And with that, we're going to continue forward. Each Titan's body begins to glow intensely with white light. That's when you all, Smolder, Delina, and Stormburst, feel it. In each of your sparks, a call, a pull, a summons. The Titans are bringing you with them. You've teleported across timelines before with the assistance of the TBD watches. You've stepped through portals before, but this feels different. You can feel each of your senses dissipate. Your body slowly becomes nothing. Your very sight turns to a blur. What bothers you all the most is how painless it all is. And in its place, numbness. Then nothing. A vast void of emptiness, with nothing to experience any of it. Time doesn't exist for you because you yourself do not exist. Unaware of anything and everything that is happening, or the nothingness that could be. Then, bam! Like your circuits being freshly rewired or being jolted violently awake, you appear on Tempo's shoulder as he floats in space. There's no Cybertron, there's no stars in the sky. The only source of lights are from you and the Titan you stand on. For those with TBD watches, it indicates the following. 1_F, alt timeline origin world. And tempo simply states,
Now we are safe. I will wait for my brothers to arrive.
How
Which
do you?
should be now.
Are they there? Have they arrived?
thank you, because as you wait in anticipation, nothing happens. Then tempo continues.
Or between now and a few centuries.
How would you like to proceed?
How do we feel now after that like big jump? By the way,
You feel yourself now. It was just like the immediate re-entering and leaving.
okay, so there's no side effect. Okay, good, perfect.
Well,
Okay, Smolder, myself, Stormburst. Okay, I think we're good.
can we even return back now? Do I see a portal?
Nope, no portal. It seems you're just floating off in space.
Hey Tempo, is it possible for you to like send us somewhere? Maybe because like we were supposed to meet some people and that portal was there and now we're here.
I will have to consult my brothers.
Oh, okay. Hey Stormburst, do you have any little thingies on your watch?
I only have one.
Hey Delina, do you have a watch?
No, I gave it
Okay,
to.
cool.
I forgot. Delina's just lost in thought, trying to remember. I don't
That's
have
great.
one.
So bad news, guys. I have none. So I think we're kind of stranded here. I think.
We could search inside of Tempo, seeing how there could be something in him.
Oh, that's
If
true.
we
That's
can,
true.
Tempo, with your permission to go back inside your chest.
He gets no answer.
He takes a little bit. Why don't we go check it out? Because didn't Era and Historia like have a thing set up inside?
Ah, that's their names. Yes. Well, might as well. He'll probably say no by the time we're in there. Let's go,
No,
Smolder.
he'll say yes. He would. He's a good guy, right? Tempo, love you, buddy. Stormburst, what do you think?
It's worth a try.
Okay.
Tempo, is there a way you can leave a message to your brothers and sisters and maybe take us to our timeline and then they can meet us there?
Message?
Yeah, like leave them a note or a floating a recorder where you let them know where you're going so that they can meet you there once they appear here.
Coordinates to the timeline where we need to be.
Where do you need to be?
We need to go to the 515 timeline.
That one is not safe.
We know, but we're supposed to meet some friends there. We're trying to recruit bots.
We gotta kill a Unicron.
Yes, we're trying to amass an army, pretty much, to defend against Unicron.
Do you want to help beat up Unicron?
Unicron?
Yeah. Isn't he like your guys' enemy because he's bad?
He's destroying timelines, and soon he'll come for yours.
We do not believe in violence.
Okay, so what if we phrase it as because it's peace, right? Because we're trying to get to peace, and he's currently killing everything in sight. Literally absolutely everything.
How about just helping us defend the timeline from him?
There we go.
And you're saving other lives compared to Unicron, who's trying to destroy the timelines. Without stopping Unicron, you're helping his violence and taking other lives.
Hey, Delina, that went a little bit far. Just a little bit. But I like where your headspace is at.
Yeah, I'm not.
We do not interfere with other timeline threads.
But it's gonna be your timeline soon.
Well, he said.
You know how the Smolders just attacked your timeline? Then that's what Unicron's doing to other timelines. And there are bots that can't defend themselves against this. And so we're trying to protect them and try to stop Unicron.
roll me. You can roll me a charisma, or you can roll me. Yeah, roll me a charisma with advantage.
17.
I suppose I could drop you off and then go find my brothers.
We would really appreciate that, Tempo.
Yeah.
Could you make sure that Metro Titan's okay?
Metro Titan is one with the Allspark now.
What?
Oh, no.
And it's at this point, Tempo's body begins to glow intensely with white light. And that's when you feel it again. Each of your sparks, a call, a pull, a summons, Tempo is bringing you with them. You can feel each of your senses dissipate. Your body slowly becomes nothing. Your very sight turns into a blur. And what bothers you all once again is how painless it all is and the numbness that takes its place. Then nothing. A vast void of emptiness with nothing to experience any of it. Time doesn't exist for you once more. You yourself do not exist. Unaware of anything and everything that is happening or the nothingness that could be. Then bam, like your circuits being freshly rewired or being jolted violently awake. You appear on Tempo's shoulder as he floats above Velocitron, and your TBD watches indicate you are on the 515 timeline. How would you like to respond?
Oh, I do not like that feeling.
Thank you, Tempo. Thank you for your help and for your words of wisdom.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm waiting for him to reply right now. He's gonna take 10 years. Hold on,
He's
guys.
buffering.
Yeah.
He's buffering.
He's
thinking
thinking.
as well.
He's like that
And
was
as he gets
breathing.
ready to reply, we fade to black.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Taking us to
Tune
part
in
2.
next
Take it
time.
away.
Well. Welcome back to Transform and Roll Out Season 3 Eons, Episode 29, Part 2. First things first, this will be a continuation of Episode 28, following Scorchfire, Scorchmas, and Mantix's story. So players, here's the plan. Give us a short description of what you look like and what is going on through your brain module. And now we'll get started with Hexamis.
Hi, my name is Hexamis. I play as Scorchfire Prime, usually a blue bot, currently all chrome. Turns into a fancy anti-sports car, currently, Strat. She's a little comforted that Mantix, although he's sort of in a ghost form right now, is alongside her. And, of course, being with Scorchmas is nice, and there's a little bit of hope seeing as they recruited a good chunk of people. So things are hopefully looking better.
Awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, you have no TBD watch.
Correct.
Awesome. Next up, we have Clickbait.
What's up, guys? I am Clickbait, and tonight I am playing Mantix. He is an extra tall F-22 Raptor, ex-Decepticon Seeker. He is currently mostly kind of sort of dead. He's a ghost, and he is following Scorchimus and Scorchfire around and kind of acting as an invisible lookout for them, since only Scorchfire can hear him.
Awesome. And you definitely don't have a TBD watch.
Hi, gee, I wonder why.
And finally, we have Onyx.
Hey, I'm Onyx. I'll be playing Scorchimus. He's a red genderbend chatterglass version of Scorchfire, but we kind of see his personality is slightly different. Their tastes may be the same. We both like our flying seekers, of course. And what a coincidence. They're both kind of dying. Everything's falling apart. I hope everything gets better.
And you have Zero Notches on your TBD watch.
That's right.
And finally, I am Kilobyte. I'll be your DM, your Prime Mystery God for this round. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Well, last where we left off, you recruited some toys and you went through the portal. So you arrive back at the 515 timeline at the Resistance headquarters. You see Soundwave next to Mantix's on the slab. You see Grease that is talking to the toys you've recruited as they all start setting up around the base. And you can see Allegory is recovering in the CR chamber. You also see Leech flick his wrist as the portal behind you closes. Grease looks towards you and says, "I see it went good."
Yeah, it was all Scorchmas's smooth talking.
I was very handy this time.
He did a good job.
Wow.
Grease, can you help me with something?
Sure
As
can.
I'm holding an indigo-colored hand.
He agrees to, and he runs towards you. And he looks at you, waiting to see what you want.
So you see this arm here. It's identical to what the arm should be on this side, but I have like a sweep arm. Could you like maybe swap these out and so I can, transform? I haven't transformed in how long has it been? And I look at my watch that has no notches. Doesn't tell time, by the way. Days.
You poor thing.
Grease looks up at you and says, I can do that. And he brings on his little chair that's on wheels. He stands on it, and he has you sit down on a nearby mount of junk so that he can access your shoulder. Do you allow him to access your shoulder?
Absolutely.
Awesome. You see him take out some goggles that cover all three of his optics as he gets out some of his tools, and he looks at you and says, this might sting a little. And he gets a screwdriver and a little torch and starts kind of moving things and moving wires around. And you feel some discomfort, and your sweep arm pops out, and he's holding it. And he just kind of chucks it into the junk pile and puts out his hands to grab the indigo one you have. And then he kind of starts rearranging it and putting in the correct socket. He starts aligning once again. And after a few minutes of him kind of reconnecting the wires, and you start feeling some connection to it, and you can kind of start moving it a little, he says, you're done. Good as new, you see?
Thanks, Grease. Sorry, you just very similar to one I knew. I think I might have mentioned this before.
Yes, you did. No problem. Looks good, if I say so myself.
I look at the allegory in the CR chamber for a moment before I look at Scorched Fire. Where to next, boss?
Well, there was that more steampunk world that I had mentioned before. I don't know exactly how many people we could recruit, but I guess it's worth looking into.
Sounds good to me.
I'm down.
As you're having that conversation, since Grease is still there, he looks at you and says, well, you still have 24 hours before the big battle. It'd be best if you
Is it 24
could recruit
hours?
some more help. Yeah.
Is it 24 or 21?
So 21 now. It was 24 before.
21 now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just checking.
Oh, Primus. How did Grease end up in charge of the revolution?
Because I'm a
Because he's the
good
king,
leader.
obviously.
Oh my god. Oh.
This doesn't happen because he cannot cement.
Right. I thought we were talking out of character. My bad if it was in character.
I did it in
character, but
I did
it's
it in
okay.
Okay, so what's your destination? Liege is standing with the sword in hand, just kind of waiting.
Ladies first, as I give a little bow and show my hand forward.
Oh wow, thank you. Yeah, I'll take a step forward.
Don't forget the ghosts.
Hold out my hand to Mantix.
He takes your hand.
I grab the hand.
Passes right
Oh my
through
god.
you.
Whoa.
I have two hands.
You feel Scorchimus, and then Mantix just
I
goes
don't
through
see
yours.
anyone else.
Oh. All right. Well, I will
For the
still
love of
hold.
Primus.
I will hold Scourgemus's hand. I'll just hold my other hand out to Mantix.
He'll take that hand and he's just gonna roll his optics.
Cool.
He'll grab the air.
Yes. And yeah. I'd like to go. You don't need the specific timeline number for the world, do you?
Are you asking Liege or are you
Help.
asking me?
I'm asking you.
I know the timeline number.
I was gonna see. I was scanning through my notes to see if I could really quick, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
We can tell you right now, so you can tell the.
1990_X1.
Well, I could also just be like, I just want to go to the steampunk world.
Sends you to the wrong one.
Sick.
It's 1990_X1.
1990_X1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to go 1990_X1.
Okay. Leech looks at you, still can't answer, flicks his wrist, portal opens. He points to it like, you go ahead.
Thank you kindly, and thank you for your help. I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna walk through.
Kind of rolls his optics.
I'm dragging the boys in tow.
The three of you jump into the portal, And as if not much time passed, you open your optics and you're in front of a building. You see in front of you a building that's labeled police. And this is very familiar for you, Scorchers. Scorchfire, not Scorchmas. Scorchfire. This is going to be tricky. So as you look around, both of you, as you look around, both of you, you see bronze and copper buildings. These buildings have white steam coming from the chimneys above. They have floral and spiky spiral designs on the walls. You can also see bots of all shapes and sizes walking about. The bots before you have the same bronze coloring as the buildings, and they also have some steam vents and chimneys on them that are releasing the same white smoke. Some have cloth bags attached to them that inflate and deflate as they walk around. And to you, this is all familiar, Scorchfire, but this is the first time you've been here, Scorchimus. So this is kind of a little bit, not too jarring, but it's kind of like unique, and you like the beautifulness of the copper and the designs on the buildings.
I do like them, is what you're telling me?
Yes.
He just knows.
Glad I had a choice in the matter, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I like them, so you like them too.
Yeah.
Well, for the record, Mantix also likes them, just in case anyone was wondering.
That's true. That's also new to you, Mantix.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till you meet the cat.
Oh boy. Anyways.
And for you, Scorchfire, you know this building. This is the same building where you were locked up with Domina, and where Smolder came to rescue you. When it wasn't Smolder, it was Liege in Smolder's body.
This place is very interesting.
It is, isn't it? I kind of wish Smolder was here. I think he'd enjoy being back here.
Were you here before?
Yeah, I was here with myself, obviously, Smolder and Domina. They took the three of us to the building, basically jail. They thought
You got arrested?
They thought that we committed a crime. It's fine.
Scorchfire, you were supposed to stay out of trouble.
I did. I didn't
And
do
I only
anything
hear
bad.
one side of this conversation, right, DM?
Yes, you only hear one
I
side
am
of the
talking to
conversation.
nothing.
Scorchfire, are you okay?
Talking to Mantix.
Hi.
Oh, that's right.
This
We
is hi.
established this.
Yes, we did.
Hi, I wave at somewhere I do not know where.
Don't worry, Scorchimus, I've got your back too.
He says he's got your back.
Yeah, do you like what you see back there?
For the love of Primus, that's it. I'm smacking him when I'm alive again. I tried to be nice to these bots. They just take in and you give them an
What does he
inch and they
say?
take a mile.
What does he say, Scorchfire?
He said that's nice.
Tell him I think it's ugly.
I worked very hard on it, thank you.
Scorchfire!
I'm
You
so...
lied to this bot.
Anyways, we're gonna head into the building.
I follow.
Scorchfire is just kind of like, oh, well, I'm done with this
I'm
conversation.
I'm
out.
out. I'm done.
Starts like speed walking away.
Yeah, bye.
You walk through the main doors of the building. You see bots moving around, kind of moving some documentation and paperwork and all that. And you see a familiar one that is has a hat and a trench coat. Their face seems to have some clock handles as a mustache, and they have the bulldog face on their chest. It's Watchdog, and you met him here before. He's one of the detectives. And as you're walking in, they hear the door dings. So he turns and says, "Welcome, Scorchfire. It's good to see you." And you see the clock hands just move and spin around his face. "What brings you back to my office? You didn't commit a crime, did you?" And he laughs.
It's so funny you mentioned that. First off, it's really good to see you too. I'm glad things look great around here. Unfortunately, I'm here, how would I describe this? With I suppose, a proposition for you and anyone else who might be interested. So,
Okay.
obviously, I'm not from this timeline. That's why I was here in the first place. Because Unicron is coming and he's destroying timelines. And we're looking for anyone who's willing to help us fight against him.
I see.
Heavy
Well,
stuff, I know.
I can definitely provide you with my detective skills. I'm very good.
That would be helpful. I
That
think
would
so.
help? Good. And you haven't introduced here. Is this your Spark sibling?
Yes, this is my twin. This is Scorchimus.
Nice, Scorch.
You Scorchimus.
That's not how timelines work. I mean, yes, obviously. Nice to meet you.
Finally, he's getting with the program.
I think I know a bot that can definitely help you. And you met him before. It's Alchemy, my partner. So he might know more about this. He's working on a project that might be related.
Show us the way. I'm glad to see him again too.
Good. Then follow me. And you follow him through the building, and you find some doors that lead to the basement. And as you arrive into the basement, you find a laboratory. You see some plastic curtains and some test tubes and some coil connectors around the walls and around the different machines. And around a desk, you find Alchemy standing there. Clickbait, would you mind describing Alchemy?
Absolutely. I will be playing Alchemy. He is a smaller Cybertronian. He's kind of slightly built. He's corroded in parts. Different bits of metal are showing through. He's kind of a thickly acid green. He looks like he's been corroded away by multiple different scientific experiments gone wrong. And his alt mode, he has not transformed in a very long time, so you're not entirely sure what his alt mode is.
Alchemy! Well, do you remember Scorchfire? She's come back, and she wants our help.
Watchdog, I told you not to disturb me while I am doing my Oh, Scorching Fire, it is very good to see you again. It has been long time since I have seen you.
Hi, Alchemy. How long has it been exactly?
Time is relative.
It's been about 50 years.
Oh.
So
Well,
nothing in the grand scheme of things. Gotcha.
yes, that's not much. Unfortunately, well, that's not with me, but I'm sure he would love to, have said hi and give you a hug.
Oh yes, my dear detective. I have missed him so much. His services are still quite needed. Have you been working on his drills? I still expect him to come back and work cases for us someday.
Well, I'll just have to send him back here and have you find out for yourself. Also,
I am always happy to bot sit. I love little bots.
I would appreciate that. This is Scorchimus. I point to Scorchimus.
Hi, I'm Scorchimus.
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you as always. Any friend of Scorchfire is friend of Alchemy.
Oh, is that so? I give a wink.
So far.
What?
I do not understand. Why are you winking? Do you have something in your optic? Come close, I will examine you. I can get it out. Good clean washout, get some new fluid in there. You will be good as new.
But careful, don't get lost in there.
Lost Scorchfire, your friend speaks in riddles. I do not understand. Does he want medical treatment or not?
Alchemy, I don't think it's time for medical treatment, Alchemy. They've come here for our help.
Watchdog, we have talked about this. Medical treatment always comes first as priority. Dead bot is no good bot unless bot is for scientific experiment. Then dead bot is good bot.
Yeah,
However, unless we want
Please tell me I'm
injured
not
bot
dead,
to
Doctor.
become science experiment,
Stop!
then medical treatment is good for bots in order to keep them from becoming dead bot and thereby scientific experiment. If that logic tracks.
Whatever you say, Doctor. You lost me at all of that.
Well, do you wish to be medically examined or no?
I look around.
I would say
we have time for that.
Well, Alchemy, I thought you might be able to show them your project.
My project? What is... Oh, yes, my project. Of course. Come inside. I will show you all about what latest project is. It is very, very curious, latest project. It comes from, I am assuming, what is time travelers, similar to you, especially because they look like they are not of this world.
That is correct. Because now I will describe it. As Alchemy takes you to the room, you find in front of you in a cage a sweep that doesn't seem to be doing too good. They seem to be a little bit banged up, but they also seem to be weak. So they're kind of like laying close to the ground of the cage that they find themselves in.
This is current project. We found on patrol there was not many of them, but they look like they are not from here.
Yeah, these guys are no good news.
How did they get a sweep? And why was there only one? They travel in
They're
packs.
like cyber cockroaches.
Was there just the one that you found, or were there others?
Watchdog, how many were there? I was not on patrol when this happened.
Yes, well, when I was on patrol, we found one. They were pretty beat up, and there seemed to be a tussle, but other than that, it was just this one.
Really?
Who they got in a tussle with?
That is question, because these things, I tell you, these things are very, very sturdy, and they have some kind of ability. We have not yet been able to crack ability, but they have ability of some kind, seems to originate in talons, but we do not know how to trigger ability or what it does. They seem, I have analyzed, they have energy reading that indicates what we assume is power reading off of charts. So they do something, we do not know what they do. So, but you are time traveler too, maybe you know what they do.
I look at Scorched Fire, indicating I might know something, and if whether or not I should spill the petroleum beans.
I look to him, and I give him a knowing nod of like, yeah, go.
So the sweeps can activate them on their own if they're alive, if they want to. However, if this is harvested, I use the word lightly, and combined with, I don't know, the Dark Matrix, it seems to force Dark Energon that runs on, and they can travel between dimensions.
So you say activate. By activate, you mean claws can make them travel through time and space?
Yes, that's the understatement of it, yeah.
But only when Matrix is used, yes?
Yeah, if you remove the claws, yes. I sort of hold on to my new arm.
When claws are on bot themselves, they can do ability independently, correct?
I believe so. And I look at Scorched Fire.
I want to ask, what is Mantix doing in this conversation?
That's a great question, isn't it? He's kind of watching. He's looking around. I would say that Scorchfire seems pretty comfortable talking to these bots, so he'd kind of be walking around, looking around, seeing if he can find anything that could be of help to the team and the bots, because he obviously can't communicate with the rest of them, but he'll be using his time to look around and scout for anything else that could be useful to their cause.
Okay.
Does he find anything?
Okay. Mantix, as you walk around, you see some of the tools that they use in this timeline, and you see some different equipment. It looks a little bit different. Mm-hmm. They seem to have like Tesla coils. See something that looks to be some kind of, could be a pistol or weaponry where like it has a trigger, but you're not quite sure if it's like supposed to cause damage or just kind of have a different purpose. You know how drills have triggers too, but they don't shoot. You know, this is kind of what I'm trying to.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But it's not a drill. So gotcha. It's a trigger device, I guess would be the correct description.
Okay, and that's all he sees?
That's all you see.
Cool, because we're not looking for a matrix in this timeline, right? We're just trying to recruit people? Is that the goal?
Yes.
Okay, because I know we had a couple timelines that had matrices that we were going to try and visit too, so I was just clarifying. Okay, he'll go back and he'll tell that to Scorchfire.
I think Scorchfire is probably going to get a little closer to it, kind of look it over, make it look natural instead of just pointing it out, right? Being like, hey, what's that?
Yeah.
She'll walk over and then glance over it and say, Alchemy, can I ask what this is?
Oh, yes, of course, my dear. Happy to help. Alchemy is always happy to help. Anything for Scorchfire. Nothing to hide here. What is question you have?
This, well, I can't tell if it is a tool or a weapon of some kind. And she's gonna gesture to the object that Mantix pointed out.
Watchdog is gonna step in. Well, I can help you with that, Scorchfire. That is one of our harvesting energon devices. We actually used it to capture this creature, thing, entity. Still not named it yet.
I am voting for energon conversion harvester into energy that is utilizable by general population of this planet, but Watchdog says is too wordy. What do you think?
Too complicated.
It is not. It is not too complicated. It gets
pointed. Make it that writing.
Yeah, maybe we could make it into some sort of
acronym.
Yeah, I'm down for an acronym.
Oh, Primus above. I love those. Love acronyms. I will review all of text words later and make up acronym for weapon or tool, whichever it is. It depends.
So, do you think something like this could help you with what you're trying to achieve?
Well,
Oh yes, we found this weakens bot that we captured. Strange time travel bot. It weakens them.
how?
An excellent question, my dear. That is currently what we are experimenting on. We assume it has something to do with taking the energon that sustains them and then converting it into the steam that we use to function. So in essence, we are, I'm assuming, stealing life force, which is unfortunate, but
It's like an adapter.
similarly, yes. But
Adapter
in wrong
computing.
hands can be weapon, in right hands can be tool, and in hands in dire need of saving timeline, which seems you are, can be necessary evil to prevent mass destruction of world.
Is this the only one that you have currently, or?
Oh no, we have much grander scale. This is what used to fuel all of planet.
Oh.
Yes, you
Okay.
remember how we mentioned that we have a contaminated energon, and Shockwave helped us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so these are the devices we use to convert it.
Okay.
Yes, we can
These-
get you some in large quantity if you require.
I think this would be very, very helpful.
Of course, anything for friends of
I
welcoming.
concur.
You
wanna be
concur.
included, huh?
I concur, yes. Whatever big fancy words I need to say that mean yes.
That is, would not say that is fancy word, would say that is efficient word, but anyways, is still word and that is accomplishment on any day.
Okay.
It's very grandiose of you.
Grandiose.
Little bot. Grandiose.
As you all agree
See, word
on,
is accomplishment.
on getting more of these sapping devices or energy converter devices, Watchdog makes some calls and gets some big metal crates filled with them. He just kind of got them a random number, and they, after an hour or two, they bring them in, and they're outside of the police station. So you're able to take them back with you when the time is ready. After a few more minutes, a portal opens conveniently right next to them.
He knows
Okay.
what's up.
We'll just say it was the same as last time, 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds
2
about
hours, it was what it took to get the crates ready, yeah.
right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Well,
Sure.
I pick up a crate and I walk on through with Scorchfire.
I want to look
Medix is
to
gonna follow.
Watchdog and Alchemy and say, thank you so much for all your help. It really is appreciated.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
Of course, if you have any need for anything else, please do not hesitate to call or visit. We are happy to help do whatever ensures we stay alive on planet.
I'm going to try and come visit when I can. Hopefully with Smolder.
We look forward to visit from
Sounds
friends.
good.
And junior detective in particular. I have been developing case studies to further his mental abilities.
Oh boy. I'm going to pick up a crate and then wave goodbye and then head on through.
I like
Hey,
to
wait,
imagine
bye.
like Mantix tries to pick up a crate but can't.
He totally would. Totally would.
Like, I wanted to help.
Just
Mm.
You pick the crate, you go
Just
through the
putting it
portal.
away.
Portal closes, fade to black.
Fantastic. We'll get into part 3 of this episode, which has everybody in it. Yay! Okay.
There's another
Welcome
part.
back to Transform and Rollout Season 3 Eons, Episode 29, Part 3. First things first, this will be a continuation of Part 1 and 2 of this very episode. But first, we will follow Stormburst, Domina, and Smolder. Then we will see the other characters such as Scorchfire, your favorite Scorchmiss, and, Mantix. So players,
Wow.
not biased.
Wow.
This is a joke. Legal reasons, it's a joke. So
Wow.
players, here's the plan. We've already got a description from you guys. We've already heard everything else. But if you can give us a quick little summary of what is going on in their brain module and who you play, that would be wonderful. Hex, you're first.
You caught me off guard. Okay,
Yeah, you're welcome.
current thoughts are feeling a little more hopeful. These devices that they got really should be incredibly helpful. So she's feeling a bit more confident in their situation.
Fantastic. Clickbait, you're next.
Oh, my Primus. Anyways, what's up, guys? I'm Clickbait. I am playing Mantix. He is an ex-Decepticon Seeker Assassin. Currently, kind of, sort of, really not alive. He is a ghost, and he's walking around doing his ghosty thing, trying to help out the best he can. until hopefully he is restored the land of the living.
Perfect. I'm going to edit some of that out because I'm just asking what's going on in your brain module.
Shoot, I was only up paying attention.
Celeste.
Hi, my name is Celeste. I play as Delina. Right now, she is a Smolder Gigantimus. Just kidding. No. Right now, in her current thoughts, she is more stressed than usual, thinking that they lost an opportunity to get into the Matrix and to gain an ally. But she's glad that they made it out alive. So that's one good thing.
Fantastic. Lapis, you're next.
Howdy, I'm playing Smolder, and my name is Lapis. Anyways, currently Smolder is kind of sad because his big, huge homeboy is dead. Rest in peace, Metro Titan. He got devoured by Smolders. So, kind of sad. Also, feeling kind of crummy because they did not do anything beneficial on this little trip. They just appeared, did a little bit of talking, and got chased away. And that is all from Smolder.
Fantastic. And Kilobyte.
Stormburst is glad to be back, and he has something to discuss with someone.
Oh no.
Big and dark. I like it. And last, I'm Onyx. I'll be your DM, your Primus, your God for this round. I also play Scorchmus, who just got back from tricking with Scorchfire. We have a crate of very useful items, and might be hopeful, might be. Still a little doubt, but might be. And we'll pick up shortly where we last left off. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Woo-hoo. Yes, sir.
Fantastic. And just like I said, we're going to start with Stormburst, Delina, and Smolder floating in space with tempo. I assume you've started making your way down to the surface to the city and have already begun navigating your way through the sewer and back to the base with Grease and Soundwave, where they have shown you previously. Am I mistaken?
That would be correct. At least for me. I don't know what to speak for the others.
Yeah, man, I'm just
Perfect.
following Stormburst.
Yeah, we're going to the
By the
swords.
time you guys got to the surface, Tempo teleported away. You can assume he went to go find his brothers, or you can assume he was just your chariot. Up to you how you want to interpret that. But from here, you walk into the main room in the sewers with grates that are slightly above the sewage to allow each of your feet to not get as dirty. Mantix's physical body is still laying on the medical slab, with Allegory's body floating in a CR chamber, still without a head. Grease and Soundwave appear to be drawing out battle plans with some unknown large-looking toys that look like buff humans. Weird. Anyway, while Liege is closing a recently made portal that Scorchfire and Scorchmus have just returned from, both holding large crates. And action.
Well, that was productive.
Oh my
God. I would like to just rush and punch Scorchmus in the face as hard as I can.
Whoa!
Whoa! I'm putting my
I was gonna do that too.
Do I roll?
Wait, no,
Can I roll? Can I
I'm
hit?
cheering
Do I
him. I'm
hit?
cheering him on. I'm cheering him
I'm
on.
going to give you advantage because no one has been told about this. So go ahead and roll to hit with advantage.
Yeah, I'm cheering him on.
Do it.
Come on, Stormburst, you got him.
What?
Scorchmus also has the crate of important friggin' equipment in his arm.
That's an 18 to hit.
Oh, my
18
Primus.
lands. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Starburst, what are you doing?
What is going on? Scorchfire, do something.
6 points of damage.
You rush in, you punch him in the face. The crate obviously drops. He was not expecting this. By the time you got to his face, that's when he turned and looked at you, but it was too late and you hit him. He slams onto the ground and scuttles across the floor before he runs into a wall and stops from the
Midix
impact.
tries to catch the crate.
Oh. Just looks at his hands like, oh.
I forgot about that.
Can I grab Stormburst's arm? What are you doing?
Well, how are you grabbing my arm? What are you
I just
trying to do?
sort of just to stop him and keep him in place. I'm not restraining him, but just as a stay put, I guess.
Yeah, you can do that. I will point over you at Scorchmus and be like, "You did this. You're the reason he's out."
What is he talking about?
Come again?
Explain.
As I'm fixing my jaw.
Do you know you're traveling with the ex-Herald of Unicron? That he helped him get freed from his prison?
What is he talking about?
I've got proof. And I hold out my flash drive.
He told me Scorch, you told me that you were the ex-herald.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I don't think I freed anyone.
I don't remember the other part.
You don't think the worlds you fed to it, that wasn't making it stronger?
Well, there was empty worlds at first, but, there's only so many of those.
Yeah, and then you fed him mine.
Yours?
Yes, mine. See these scars?
Oh.
These are all the bots that died because of you.
Oh.
Scorchamus?
Way to go, Scorchamus.
I called the Vanguard. They stopped him. They trapped him, right? And I took out his teleporting thing.
Oh yeah, when
but
it was
I didn't
too
free
late.
him.
What
Really?
do you think?
Because
They
it's
didn't
on
even
tape.
believe me beforehand.
I have it right here.
What's on tape?
You freeing Unicron.
And I'm showing off my flash drive. I am waving it in the air.
Your thumb drive is your thumb.
My thumb drive.
We should watch the tape before we jump to any conclusions. We all come from, some of us come from not the best pasts, and we should just have all the evidence before we make any decisions.
Mantix is right, even though you can't hear him. We should watch the tape.
I was gonna mention that.
I know, I just said that's why I said that you can't hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he said, and I agree, that before we get into this, we should watch this tape, assess what we have, and then we can talk
You
like
should do some more
civilized
punching.
bots.
I'm still for punching, but it's got to at least be for the right reasons. Listen, Scorch, they can't hear me. They don't know that I'm not opting for diplomacy. I just want to have all the cards on the table so you know how hard you got to hit someone,
I guess that's fair.
While everybody's talking, Delina's just doing the same Smolder habits. It's just like putting her fingers in her mouth. She's getting some weird habits. And
Oh no, it's
sounds from
spreading.
her.
no.
Does anybody have something I can munch on?
Oh yeah, here you go.
Oh, thank you, my
Yeah,
sweet
yeah.
child.
I'll let you watch the video so you understand what I saw and how I feel.
I would
But
like to
you
put
will
my
have
thumb
to
drive
pay.
in.
You put your thumb drive on the only monitor Greece has been using, which this recording has moments of Unicron's important history markers. Seem to be pivotal points in Unicron's history, and conveniently in chronological order, starting with Unicron's first imprisonment when fighting the original 13 Primes. The Silver Matrix was used, and a wish was made, sending Unicron to the farthest reaches of space and time from all life. The next scene takes you to what you can assume as a long time has passed. Unicron manages to reach its first timeline after wasting most of his resources, energy, and food. He reaches 515_K6, a world similar to both Stormburst, Smolders, Scorchfire's timeline, but the factions seem backward. And this is where you see Unicron making a deal with Scorchamus, telling him to be his herald, or everything he holds dear will be devoured. The next scene then jumps to a montage of timelines being scouted out by Scorchamus Unicronus, and shortly Unicron arriving to consume it all. At first, they were empty of timelines, most of them void of any sentient life, but soon Unicron grew tiresome and demanded more. The next scene jumps to a scene all too familiar to Stormburst, and I'm assuming Stormburst is looking away at this point. At a timeline 515_A76, Stormburst's home timeline. Unicron arriving, devastating Cybertron and splitting it in two, only for the Primus Vanguard to arrive all too late to save everyone. They were only able to save Stormburst because he had a Matrix, and with his help, they were able to use the Silver Matrix once more and somehow trapped Unicron in his timeline, then taking Stormburst and leaving Unicron in his new imprisonment. The next monitor shows a Shockwave experiment with portals, and as he steps through where he first makes contact with Unicron, he promises unlimited resources if Shockwave will find a way for him to be free of his prison. Hundreds of thousands of years pass, and eventually you witness Shockwave being transformed into Galaxy Wave, and scenes of Galaxy Wave visiting timelines, absorbing other Shockwave's brain modules, accumulating knowledge, stealing cross summits for their teleporting abilities, synth waves for their defense abilities, and ripping apart the Primus Vanguard to steal their matrices. The final scene shows Unicron finally being able to escape his prison, and due to Galaxy Wave's experiments and his first arrival, his first timeline victim, and this is where Scorchmas is paying very close attention, is 515_square root -K5. And the video ends.
Wow, that was certainly a lot.
They're gone. He took them anyway.
I don't know what to say.
Scorchfire, we've all made decisions that we're not proud of, but I see a bot who was stuck and made a decision that he didn't understand the consequences of, and then did the best he could to fix his mistakes, and in the end, it didn't matter anyways. And I think, and I could be biased, that is punishment enough.
But no one hears Mantix, by the way.
Yeah.
No, it was such a good speech.
Everybody's still brooding and angry in the corner.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the ghost acknowledgement.
Can I just relay that info, that lovely speech to everybody? Because they all deserve to hear that.
Yeah.
That was lovely. And I agree with
Inspiration
it.
for Mantix.
Yes.
I make a gross little stinky face, and I look at Stormburst to see what Stormburst has to say, because it was his timeline that was affected, not mine. So I mean mine, but ultimately Stormburst got
Mine, but not mine. The other mine.
Because you see, mine is still kind of okay. I mean, ish. Anyway, Stormburst, what you gotta say about it?
He's so angry. He has his fist very clutched very tightly, and says, "You gave him the strength to move from where he was. He called the Vanguard, and they didn't save my world. They barely could do anything. So you sacrificed all those bots for nothing."
They never took me serious before. They said just handle it, feed them empty timelines.
So they knew?
They knew. I tried contacting them multiple times before, but then they were like, well, if its matrix is not in danger, we will not interfere.
Sounds like what bots in power would say when there's a problem they don't want to handle themselves.
Yeah, that sounds like something they would
It's
say.
reaching my timeline now too. We usually stay away from certain branches, but what's happening now? Vector Prime had to lock away anything from coming in and coming out from the branches I come from. And if we fail, it's not just these timelines that are connected, but he might go to whole different branches now and feed on them too. Right now, Delina's getting more stressed, so she has to walk away from anybody. You can see her a new stressful habit she hasn't shown to others. She's biting on her thumb, and you can see some energon coming out of it. But so she's walking away from you guys now.
I'm going to put my hand on Stormburst's shoulder and say, "Talk to me, bud. I need to hear you say something."
My head is all over the place. I've lost too many bots. We're against the wall, and then traveling someone that just took it all away. I just can't.
I'm so sorry, Stormburst. I think, well, this all really has taken a toll on all of us, but perhaps you the hardest. But we can't, not now, decide that this is where we stop. We go separate ways, or we stop fighting. We have to fight for what we have left, even if it is a little small.
I'll fight for your little piece, for what you have. But at the end of the day, I'm just going back to an empty place.
Scorchfire, he can stay with us when all this is said and done. There's no point in going back to nothing.
Yeah, you can't hear Mantix, but I agree with him as usual, that if we can't end up fixing these timelines, you always have a place with us. You could stay here, like a cool statue of you and everything. I think it got knocked down, but we could put it back up again. We had a day in honor of you, be kind of cool. I don't know.
And just to be a reminder of another failure, another me that also
He
failed.
didn't fail. I failed him.
You are celebrated. Mantix says that he feels that he failed you in your time. You're celebrated as a hero.
So first we'll have to get through this, and then we'll decide where to go from there.
And after you say that, you feel all of the ground shake.
Oh, for the love of Primus.
Grease's monitor of the entire planet goes off in a large beep as a giant red dot on there shows up the size of a planet next to Velocitron with 2 horns and a belt around it. What was it called? An asteroid belt? Yeah, an asteroid belt around it.
Good job, bud.
Soundwave turns towards you all and simply says,
He's here.
and we fade to black.
I mean, I feel like that's obvious, but that could just be me.
We open up on a singular cracked crimson optic. Sure, Galaxy Wave could have fixed it by now. More than enough time has passed since his showdown with his failed experiments. Failed. The word rings in his brain module like a crude virus. The scene opens up wider and now we can see more of Galaxy Wave down to his neck. Sparks flying as blue flames light up against his pitch black metal. A great crackling boom fills the air and he stops what he's doing, antennae twitching as his head tilts slightly up. Unicron, his master, must be making a visit, an occurrence that has never happened before. Usually, Galaxy Wave is the one summoned.
I have not heard from you in centuries. I assumed you were occupied with devouring your meals. You assume nothing.
Galaxy Wave felt his master reaching out for punishment, but Unicron would find that the leash he once held over his herald would no longer work.
Care to elaborate what you are working on, or why you still have yet to receive the Silver Matrix?
A small pause fills the air and the tension begins to rise.
Or why I can no longer feel you in my grasp.
There it is, the moment Galaxy Wave has been preparing for. The secret Unicron has kept from his herald, the one thing that can hold back the control of the Chaos Bringer. The previous herald, Scorchimus, had one, and it was the only thing strong enough to prevent Unicron from invading his mind, and in some cases, immense pain. The camera zooms out, now revealing Galaxy Wave's torso, and the red matrix forcefully attached to his chest. Wires and bolts holding it connected to his body against the Matrix's will. Part of Galaxy Wave's mind wasn't entirely sure one would be enough. The camera zooms out even further, now revealing a green matrix on his right shoulder and an orange matrix on his left shoulder.
I suppose the Cybercat is out of its cage. I no longer require your assistance, my Dark Lord, and can no longer be controlled by your will, and there is nothing you can do to stop my plans. You dare defy me and think me a fool? I shall strip away the very thing you hold dear. For a time, I considered sparing your wretched little timeline, but now you shall witness its dismemberment. No, you can't take what is mine.
And with a great thoom, Unicron was gone once more, thinking he had won the argument. However, tilting his head down, Galaxy Wave's optics flicker, knowing he now has Unicron playing right into his plans, and that the time for action was closer than ever before. We fade to black.
Next time on Transform and Roll Out.
Before we leave, I want to grab something really quick. I run over to the paint. I want to paint up so bad. It's been waiting for me.
Hey, if we're leaving, should we maybe grab that lady that has no head? No head.
You mean Allegory?
Smolder!
Oh, Allegory. There's
What?
I didn't say that.
My body won't let me back in. I lost my keys. I'm locked out.
I think you said that already.
Her memories were forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm
Oh my God,
sorry.
Lapis.
You
Back-
silly Billy. You
I'm
forgot.
I thought Smolder had impeccable memory.